What has always been the key for civilization? How should it be reformed, to what extent, and with which methods? What else besides education develops a country? As Herbert Spencer stated, the great aim of education is not knowledge, but action. The two extremes of the best education. Finland is a country in Northern Europe, surrounded by Sweden, Norway, and Russia. Known for its sophisticated society, Finland began improving its educational system in the 1970s in hope that this significant change would help them recover from more than 100 difficult years of the Russian rule. Likewise, by using education as a tool, Korea was able to put an end to the economic downturn after the Korean War. In the southern half of the Korean peninsula in Eastern Asia, South Korea began to flourish. Although both countries have similar goals to improve their societies through education, Finland proves to have a better educational system than South Korea, due to the performance and satisfaction of its students. Since social values are the foundation of each nation, Finland reformed its society keeping in mind the values of devotion, equality, and strong commitment. Whereas South Korea's society is based on Confucianism, strict education, and respect. Despite the similar goals both countries are pursuing, each country has developed its own unique educational system. Both systems, however, require 9 years of basic education and offer two types of secondary schools, academic and vocational. But the perception of the students graduating from academic versus vocational schools varies depending on the country. According to the Finnish social values, equality plays a role in making sure that students who attend either types of school have equal opportunities. Therefore, the number of students who attend these schools are balanced, with about half pursuing vocational school and half pursuing the academic route. Thus, the needs of the society for various professions are fulfilled. On the other hand, Koreans look down on students who graduate from vocational school. Vocational graduates in South Korea are offered fewer jobs with lower salaries and lower social status, unlike the graduates of academic schools who are more appreciated and desired. This segregation leads to a fierce, unhealthy competition between Koreans. The new Finnish curriculum Preschool is focused more toward learning and work ethic rather than evaluation. It encourages trust and creativity. The Finnish government offers completely free tuition from kindergarten through university. It has also unified the quality and type of education throughout the whole country regardless of social statuses. In addition, teachers are chosen from the top 10% of college graduates, and they're given full autonomy to choose a technique to teach their classes with, or create their own. This privilege not only makes the teachers more involved in their careers, but it also makes the lesson more enjoyable and potent. On the contrary, South Korea's adapted system ICT is heavily based on competition. Its government grants free tuition from elementary to ninth grade, then parents have to pay for the rest. Despite the cost, the majority of the students still attend secondary education and college. As for technology, South Korea has an advantage over Finland because the ICT system aims to completely digitize the school's curriculum and facilities. Although Korean teachers are also chosen from the top 10% of graduates, they are still limited to a specific method of teaching. Whilst both countries' plans seem well crafted, what matters the most is the efficiency of their mechanism. Finland's educational system balances the students' academic pressure along with their normal life, whereas South Korea is developing its education at the expense of the students' well-being. The Finnish schools operate from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., and kids start going to school at the age of 7. On the other hand, in South Korea, parents start sending their children to school from the age of 3. Moreover, Finnish students' great performance is maintained even though they don't receive more than 4 hours of homework per week. However, South Korean students are often tired and strung out because of the unrealistic amount of studying and cramming they do. Even worse, the extremely formal environment and the limited relationship with their teachers leads to anxiety, and students are less likely to comprehend the lesson or participate in it. As a result, the majority of Koreans end up going to private cram academies after school, known as the hagwons, to better understand what they've learned in school. Hagwons are usually where the real learning happens as described by a teacher. That's because they're not a part of the normal school system, so they have the ability to use creative techniques to facilitate their teaching. While South Koreans are fully occupied with academic work, Finnish students manage to maintain the same academic level but also enjoy doing other activities and sports. Finnish students are less stressed because of their relaxed yet effective school atmosphere that makes them feel more comfortable. They also tend to have a close relationship with their teachers. These simple factors significantly contribute to the alacrity of the student to learn. Furthermore, the Finnish teachers use authentic approach to provide students with a description of their learning, instead of testing or grading, in contrast of the ongoing examination held in South Korea. Despite their opposite techniques, both countries scored well in the International Student Assessment Program, known as the PISA. Though the research and gathered information are valuable, the experience of students and teachers give the best insight. When Finnish students were asked about their school and their future, most of them replied freely, expressing what they really want to be when they grow up. They said that they want to have enough money to enjoy what they are going to do with their lives. For instance, a girl mentioned that usually jobs that pay millions consume a lot of your time and rest. Thus, less is sometimes more. Their answers reflect how they are really taught to be creative and follow what they have passion for, instead of chasing prestigious life. In addition, students feel that performing well in school is a personal responsibility because they value the education they are receiving and their teachers' diligence to make them successful. On the contrary, a member of the Board of Education in South Korea claimed that students do well in tests because of the intense competition in universities' entrance exams. Likewise, students in South Korea question President Obama's admiration of their curriculum. They believe it's very problematic with too much stress. These perspectives reveal the pressure a South Korean student endures to become a member of the 21st century workforce. Education seems to be more of a social obligation in South Korea rather than a passion, like in Finland. Although formal education is important, moral education and life skills are essential. In order for Finnish high schoolers to obtain the skills they need to succeed in life, their teachers assign them a team project where they are expected to produce a new product or service.
What's it called? Entrepreneurship? Yeah. Okay.
And we're here to, people are coming here. We are forming groups, 5, 6, 7 people about in a group, and they're going to start a business here.
Is it true you're going to be here all night long?
Yes, 24 hours, 26.
26 hours?
Yes.
What is the point of being here all night long?
It exhausts you to the limit where you
really got to push it to the limit, yeah. Well, if you hang around for 24 hours with the same people over here, well, you learn to know the people that you're working with, so you get better teamwork.
In like manner, South Korean educational institutions have recently discovered that their students lack such skills. Hence, they are hoping that the ICT system will work to develop some of these competencies by connecting all students and teachers digitally to communicate, and by creating teamwork projects. Both countries are still working to make improvements and fix conflicts in their educational systems. In Finland, comprehensive education meetings like the 2020 conferences are often held to make sure everything is running well. However, these meetings tend to run smoothly because they all
have a consensus about what we want young Finns to be after. We want to provide a broad citizenship for every Finn.
On the other hand, there are some contradicting opinions on this Korean curriculum. One member of the Education Committee in South Korea has assertively stated that they must change what success means in South Korea, and that education should become more diverse, where everything is not only focused on prestige or jobs, but happiness should matter. Even though Finland has a well-rounded educational system, spreading one curriculum worldwide is impossible, due to the diverse social values of each nation. As a director of a Finnish school explained, in order to mimic the Finnish educational system, a country should have exactly the same society. In other words, the Finnish system is successful because it's built on a package of certain values, but if any of them were excluded, there would be gaps and challenges in implementing the system elsewhere. Also, considering the several bugs that South Korean system is suffering from, their curriculum can definitely not be promulgated. At last, education globalization is not possible, yet certain aspects of these curriculum can still be replicated.